No, go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, a couple things. First of all, I think there may be some interested citizens on this who would like to speak, so I'd encourage the chairman at the appropriate time to open it up for citizens to speak, but I want to say a few things. I will oppose this expenditure for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, I do not believe it's a proper role of government to set prices for anything. And this is what we're attempting to do, is to set prices for airfares. Certainly somebody benefits, but we're doing it by redistributing the wealth of our citizens. We're taking taxpayer dollars that we say we don't need for corrections or police and fire and roads and bridges, that we can just give it away to another private entity. That's not a proper role of government, to redistribute the wealth of our citizens and to subsidize certain businesses over others and to set the prices for anything. There's lots of things that cost. Gasoline is higher. We're going to subsidize all the gas stations in Wichita and Sedgwick County so we could reduce the price of gasoline. Well, of course not. It's particularly troubling in this situation because, as Mr. Cronus said, in 2009, Frontier was making money because they were using a particular type of aircraft, a turboprop. And so they were profitable, and they said they don't need it, and I appreciate the willingness to say that. But now, because they've been purchased, this new company has made a business decision to use a different type of aircraft. So we're not just subsidizing a business, we're subsidizing a particular business decision they decide to make. It's within their ability to use a particular aircraft and make a profit, and they've chosen not to. And so we're going to subsidize that decision. While at the same time, we made an announcement today that we are reducing county services with the possibility of affecting 23 people's lives. I cannot in good conscience just give away public money when we are making those cuts. We are in difficult times, and I cannot fathom the pain and devastation that it may bring on someone's lives to find out they're going to get laid off in this particular environment. It will hurt no matter how good the economy is, but in this particular time, it's going to be very difficult on families. And I didn't take the decision lightly to pass that vote early today, but it's my commitment to do everything that I can to minimize the impact on people for as long as I can. We're going to have to make some tough cuts, and we're going to have some very difficult decisions, but one of the ways we can minimize that impact is reassess our priorities and see what our core functions are, and just stop giving away some of this money to private enterprises. This is not a core function of government. This is not an appropriate use of the government funds. When we take money from one man and give it to another, that, in my mind, is abuse of power. It's un-American. Our whole system, unfortunately, is based on the redistribution of wealth from one person to another. Democrats do it, Republicans do it, and we have this mistaken identity, at least in Republican circles, that to be pro-business, you have to hand out corporate welfare and subsidies like this. I'll talk more about this later on some other agenda items, but I don't believe it's necessary, and I don't believe it's appropriate, especially in this case when they've made a certain business decision when they could easily have made a profit using the planes that they have, and we're laying off people. This is very troubling to me, and as I've stated earlier, we're going to give away $588,000 today. In the future, we're planning on giving another $500,000 at least to Hawker, and I'll speak more of that later too. But for these reasons I've stated, I will oppose this.
Next speaker, please.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission. Bob Weeks, 245-1 Regency Lakes Court. I'd like for us to first of all take note that when we talk about doing these things, and we do it for economic development, is that the state of Kansas Legislative Post Audit recently released in February a report that was quite critical of some of the economic development methodology that was used to support these types of things. One of the arguments that's often made, and now Mr. Cronus did not make this today, but it's usually made by supporters of these programs, is that it increases the number of flights available in Wichita. Well, first of all, I apologize. The iPhone's not exactly a great audio or visual presentation device, but it's all I have right now. This is Bureau of Transportation statistics of the monthly flights leaving or arriving, I think it's both actually, from the Wichita airport. It went up for a while, but over the past 5 years or so, it's not been going up. It's been been going down. And this is from the Wichita Airport Activity Statistics Report, the number of daily departures from the Wichita Airport, not including weekends. And you can see it's not going up. As a matter of fact, it's going way down too. This illustrates sometimes some of the unintended consequences that we have when we try to intervene in these markets. Yes, fares are probably lower. I think it's undoubtable that they are. And for the leisure traveler, that's good. They can plan their fares or their trips a long time ahead. For many business travelers, that's good as well. But a lot of businessmen and businesswomen, they need to be somewhere tomorrow. And for them, the availability of any flight at any price is what's important. And the fact that our daily departures is going down means that these people may not be able to get a seat on the airplane that they need in order to get their business done tomorrow or the next day. So for these reasons, I would urge us to be very careful about approving these types of intervention in the market. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I see no one asking to speak. Thank you.